Okay, what's going on, guys? MA76 B-Ball back at it again with another video for you. And today we've got the final performance review on the KD10. So guys, let's get right into this review. This is based on 12 hours of use and it was split down the middle. I had 6 hours on a clean court and 6 hours on a dusty court. And those 6 hours on the dusty court, there's 3 sessions there, they're 2 hours each. The first session and the third session, the court was exceptionally dusty. It was brutal. Anyways, let's get into this. How did the 12 hours go? Man, I really enjoyed playing in the shoe, guys. I'll just say that right off the bat. Really enjoyed playing in it. A bit of a break in time. So, traction, for me, like old school basketball shoes have these pivot points, and that's basically what the traction's based on, in my opinion. There's several kind of pivot points all around. And the traction on the clean courts, that was the Friday night court that I play on, was just superb, absolutely superb. Didn't have to think about it whatsoever. That's that. It was great, guys. Now on the dusty court, like I said, the first and the third session, I probably had to wipe like pretty much every 2 plays. And then on the second session, the one in the middle there, it was still dusty, but it actually did pretty well. I was impressed with that second session, and that's the Saturday night court. So I think for me, like in my experience on the less than ideal court conditions, I was still satisfied. On the second session, probably, I don't know, probably had to wipe, I would say every 4 or 5 plays type of thing. And to me, in my books, that's decent. That's decent. So I can't complain about the traction. It was awesome. Now, moving up to the cushioning, you've got the full length Zoom Air, and it's it's kind of separated here. They call it articulated Zoom. And there's all sorts of problems for a lot of people with the KD9s. I didn't have the problem with airbags popping. However, I do want to state, for me, there's a clear difference between the KD9 and the KD10. The Zoom airbag in the KD9 was much softer, had a lot more give, and it was all right. I don't know, didn't really complain about it, but after wear testing this one here with the firmer airbag, I definitely prefer this one. Definitely. Like I'm gonna keep playing in these for sure. The Zoom Air is just great in the KD10. So it's reactive, it's responsive. For any of you who know Zoom Air very well, especially for the back of my day in the 90s, this is the kind of Zoom Air that I definitely enjoy. A lot of Zoom Air these days in shoes are like what they call bottom loaded, and it's there for impact protection, but you can't really feel that true Zoom Air response, that bounce back kind of thing. And that's the feeling that I get in this one. So I'm so happy. I don't really have anything else to say about the Zoom Air. It's just a great setup and how it should be done. Moving up to the upper, let's talk about fit. Everybody knows, if you guys know my channel, if you follow me, I've got skinny feet. So I was very happy once, the very first time that I slipped my foot into the shoe. I was like, nice, this is a nice snug fit. Of course, with Kevin Durant being so skinny, it's very ideal. However, well, let me say, in this portion of the shoe, the fit here up here was great in terms of just slipping my foot in. But there was something left to be desired back here. There is additional cushioning down inside the heel cup, but I don't know what it is. Once I had the shoe tied up, and this is from day 1 to after 12 hours of use, it still just wasn't quite what I wanted in the back here. Now, it did not hinder play, but sometimes it was in the back of my mind. So I just wish there was just a little more something in there just to lock down that heel. But other than that, the fit, a great last. When they design the shoes on a particular shape, it's called a last, and I think this is a very good last. And I think also the design of getting in and out of the shoe, as opposed to the KD9, this is way better because you've got that stretchier ankle portion right here. So that also made the experience more enjoyable. It's not just out on the court, which is the most important thing, but you also, the overall experience of the shoe, getting it on and taking it off. So much easier. If you've got a regular foot or a wide foot, you definitely want to try them on first. I would say half size up. but for us skinny guys, yeah, true to size worked out for me. All right, so that's that about fit. Moving on to, I want to talk about the lacing system. So the lacing system is probably one of the things that was really finicky and I had to fiddle with, even over the 12 hours of use. I like a shoe where I could just put it on, lace it up, and boom, go. The reason this was kind of finicky, I mean, it is a unique lacing system. The eyelets come all the way down to the bottom here, and also on the medial side as well here. So, like I said in my previous video, when I first saw this way back when they first released, I was like, no way, I'm not going near that shoe. So I was glad I was kind of overall for the experience, I was proven wrong. But the lacing system, like, man, it's kind of like hit or miss. So sometimes I have to realign the laces because they're in these ridges here. I think personally that's what they're designed for. The laces fit inside of these ridges. And sometimes I have to move them up one or down one to get the proper, like, I don't know, coverage, I guess you could say, over the instep of your foot or the bridge of your foot. So yeah, that was kind of like, sometimes it was hit and miss and I had to play around with it. So other than that, the laces are way too long for us skinny guys, so I always had to double tie them, but that's always the case. And I don't know why companies make them so long, but I guess it's trying to cover all bases. What else could we talk about with this review, guys? The Flyknit, it took a little while to break in the materials. I mean, not too long, just a couple sessions of usage. And the Flyknit is not, exceptionally soft. For me, probably the best woven upper I've ever had was like Primeknit, the Rose 7 Primeknit. I mean, that stuff is amazing. So, but it softens up over time. It's supportive. It's not too soft. And it seems, in my opinion, in my experience, I know it's only 12 hours, but quite durable, actually. I'm talking about the Flyknit here, quite durable. I usually don't get stepped on that much, but now these shoes are kind of actually dingy already because for these 12 hours I played hard and I went down low a lot, so I did get stepped on. And yeah, I think it'll be a shoe that can last a little while, for the exception of those eyelets. I didn't have any problems, but you never know. They just, I don't know, you get a little, apprehensive when you see just eyelets just coming all the way down to the Strobel board. It's gotta leave a couple question marks in your head. So who knows what's gonna happen there. Another thing that I always wonder, and I've seen this on other shoes too, like they'll put the little, reinforcement here, and this is on the medial side, and I'm always like, why don't they put it here on the lateral side? Because, when you cross hard, left to right and you plant, the shoes, we all know the shoes always kind of bow out a little bit, and you need the extra reinforcement here, in my opinion. So, speaking of which, containment. To get really good containment, I had to tie up these shoes real good, as usual. Now, when I did that, I had issues with pain and discomfort in certain areas. Sometimes it was up top here, sometimes, rarely out here. But on my right foot, quite often, I had pain right down here, and which is a comment that I saw a lot on my Instagram posts, so I'm definitely not the only one. Strange that it would be only on the right foot. Granted, our feet are different shapes, so they're not they're not carbon copies of each other. So that was an issue when lacing up the shoe properly. I would have a little bit of pressure points here and there, but it definitely went away after a while. So which made the overall experience a better thing. So it would be a bummer if it was if I had pressure points throughout. So. But yeah, I just wish they would put a little bit of reinforcement here. But yeah, with the lockdown, my only experience, and I'm telling you, when you plant that outside foot and you go the opposite way and you plant hard, the shoe did not contain me. I would go over a little bit, so that was a bit of a bummer. But everything else, transition is extremely smooth, front to back. I tell you, man, I just gotta go back to that Zoom Air. Whew. That Zoom Air is great. It's great. Okay, guys, so I hope I covered all bases. That is my experience after 12 hours of use. I probably will play in them again. Would I recommend them? Yes, if you can figure out that lacing system. It is a little bit of to deal with and figure out. So, I always go back to my brand black rare metal lightnings. I mean, that shoe, you just put your foot in, you lace it up, and you go. You know, so. All right, guys. So thank you very much. Thanks for dropping by the channel. I hope you enjoyed this quick review. I have started a new page on my Instagram. It's called Up by One Basketball, so check it out on Instagram. And hey guys, thank you very much, and as always, my best to you. Hope everything is good with you, your friends, and your family. Hope you guys are out there playing ball and striving for progress, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. All right, peace.